Hello guys and welcome into my channel, my beautiful butterflies. So this video is going to be about Coachella, guys. I know we're a little late on the tea, but I've been busy and I've got a lot of things going on. But either way, I finally got it. So we're going to jump into this content, but the content here is pretty much just about the expenses of Coachella, the few people that were dropped, how a lot of people felt on certain people were not there versus other people this year for Coachella. And on all honesty, I've never really followed Coachella. I mean, I know about it and I've heard about it, but I just don't follow it. It's not something I get into. So yeah, but either way, guys, we're going to jump into this content. Please, guys, make sure that you like this video. Please make sure to watch it all the way through. Also, subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. Now, if you don't, just don't even worry about subscribing. Just like it, keep moving, and leave me some comments. Either leave me a butterfly, please, so that I know that you are here, you were here, and it is actually real and it's not like a robot or something. Either way, guys, talking too much, unlike usual, we're gonna jump right on into this video, guys. And if you hear back noise, it's probably my fan. So once we start the video, I may pause, as I always say, here and there to give my own personal opinion on the ideas or whatever they're talking about, because I don't want to forget afterwards. And so I'm going to mute this mic so that you guys won't hear the fan noise or whatever noise you may hear, because I hear it, but you may not hear it. Either way, we're going to jump in. On into my channel, beautiful butterflies. Welcome on into my channel.
Opinions on Coachella as somebody who is not only a Nepo baby, but it's also a full-time influencer. I grew up in Los Angeles and I've been going to Coachella since I was 16 years old. This was my 4th year having an artist pass. So these are some unhinged things I noticed about this year at Coachella, as somebody who's been to Coachella probably 12 times. I just saw Tana Mojo's video talking about her experience at Justin Bieber. I was also in the artist area at Justin Bieber. The men were absolutely out of control. I didn't know that Justin Bieber was being compared to Travis Scott, that he had this like bro vibes. Like in my head, this was all for the girls. And I'm not like the biggest Bieber fan ever, but I definitely enjoyed the set and enjoyed seeing the show. And it was just him singing songs that nobody really knew for the first like 30 minutes. And people were talking really, really loud. People were screaming. They were complaining. My friend who I was with is a huge Bieber fan. So I was like frustrated for her because she kept turning to me being like, I want to tell them to shut the fuck up. Once he started doing his little medley, like girls were screaming. Something that I really noticed this year was that a lot of people who have no business having security guards had security guards. In the past, like people I've seen with security guards are like Jeff Bezos, Kylie Jenner, like people who live their day-to-day lives with security. At this point, I'm sorry, if you are on Love Island and you need a security guard, I had someone break into my house, I've had stalkers, and I'm not going to Coachella with a security guard. It came off as really, really obnoxious. I can't remember this girl's name. This girl, she literally cut the entire bathroom line of the artist area. There were maybe 35 women in line for bathroom. She had her security flashing lights at everybody to cut the entire line with her group of friends and push to the front when we were all waiting. We all have the same pass, and it's just
I'm gonna pause briefly because after this video, it's a long video, guys, which is why I sped it up a little bit, but eventually it's going to get to like a little bit of the drama that they had with that girl, with the situation that she had rather. Yeah. So getting back into this, guys.
it was obnoxious. It was really, really off-putting. But there were so many people with private security this year because your security can push you through the audience, can cut the bathroom line, can do all these things that I'm sure next year they won't be able to do because I've never seen anything like this in all my years at Coachella. We're standing in the crowd at Justin Bieber. There are 2 securities in front of us with kind of a big group. There are a group of boys who are in a band that I know standing on the other side of them. And then Terrence O'Connor walks right, and I love his content. And he walks literally like there is probably this much space between me and the person in front of me. And he just walks there and stands right in front of me. And he's way taller than I ever knew he was. He's like 6'3". Him and his friend just come stand right in front of us, don't acknowledge us. Me and my friend are 5'4" each. We just are now cannot see at all. And I was like, cool, like that's really, really rude. And then it just seemed like he was trying to get to these boys in the band. With the amount of like disrespect for other people that I was seeing exhibited was crazy. I've never once pushed through a crowd and not said, excuse me, I'm sorry, or like tried to make sure I wasn't blocking whoever's behind me. Luckily, the securities in front of us noticed that this was happening, and I think they were kind of trying to flirt with us a little bit, but the guy was like, asked them to move and moved so that me and my friend could still see the stage. I don't know. I just don't ever feel that entitled. It would never occur to me to have my security push other people out of the way and knock them over so that I can have a better spot. Men were just literally not saying excuse me, pushing you out of the way, standing in front of you, stepping on you, not apologizing. It was insane. The other thing I noticed that was even more this year, because I feel like I see a lot of people I know at Coachella. And so like, yes, I'm also like looking at who's around, and yeah, I'm also like people watching and I want to see like who's interesting. The way that so many people were just walking through eyeing everyone and trying to figure out who was who was really on another level. Like the energy was not good. And I just have been going for so long that I don't really care anymore. Like I actually genuinely enjoy going to the festival. I enjoy going, getting to do like my influencer partnerships, getting to go to some parties, and then going to the festival. And that's also why I don't post all of my content real time. I post very little content real time compared to so many influencers because I'm actually trying to have fun and enjoy my time and the money that I've spent to be at the festival and like be present with my friends and just enjoy and make memories. And I promise you, everybody you are following who's posting 17 videos while they're at Coachella is not doing that. They're not enjoying their time. I've also been seeing all the videos about Coachella staff just totally misbehaving. That's not a new thing. They get a little teeny bit of power and they will throw it in your face. For example, I actually have arthritis, and so I have an ADA handicap parking placard because sometimes my knees don't work that well. Most years at Coachella, I have no problem showing my ADA handicap placard to just get a little bit closer parking. And this year, like they refused to let me park in a closer parking spot when there were closer parking spots available. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. These are my opinions on Coachella 2026.
From
To briefly pause because, like she said, that she has arthritis. She looked really young to have arthritis. I wonder what she's done to actually, maybe it's a family thing, genetics or something. But either way, we're gonna get into the next video where this is kind of going to where the girl was supposedly clapping back. I was trying to search up some information, guys, but I couldn't find what I was actually looking for in a sense. Maybe I was just not looking hard enough. But anyways, getting into this.
Love Island USA is clapping back at influencer Daphne Blunt after she called Leah out for thinking she's better than everyone by having private security and cutting lines at Coachella. So in case you missed it, Daphne posted this video talking about her experience at Coachella and how there was a lot more private security this year, then went on to say that if you were on Love Island, you have no business needing private security. She then went on to call out Leah specifically, saying that she cut a line of 30 women in order to go to the bathroom and that her private security was flashing their lights at everyone. So Leah saw this video and immediately jumped into the comment section saying that the bathroom she went into was a completely different bathroom than the one that had a line. She then went on to say that her security was shining their lights because the floor was pitch black and she was in heels and she was with a friend who was not doing well. As for even having private security, Leah said that she does not play about her safety. She said many people from Love Island have security because the fandom is actually insane. She wrote, last year people were grabbing her, kissing her, and even grabbing Miguel. And I think it's so important that Leah is calling out the Love Island fandom because they have gotten so parasocial. I mean, look at Nick and Olandria from Coachella this year with people swarming them and filming them without them even knowing. And I think this is a great reminder that if you see your favorite reality stars out on the street, just remember they're human beings too, and don't be weird.
With comments saying that Leah responded to my video and I deleted it. I'm getting the same comments on Instagram and TikTok, with one screenshot being dropped in the TikTok comments of this alleged comment. I'm 100% certain that either this is a fake comment and a false narrative, or she commented and then deleted it to try to make it look like I was lying. And like I deleted her comment because it didn't fit my narrative. If this is a true comment, she's blatantly lying. I had my friend with me and many witnesses. She was not with one person who was sick. She was with a whole group of people. They were standing off to the side next to the bathroom entrance, like waiting, being rude, literally one of them again pushed in front of me to get through, didn't say excuse me, and it was not pitch black. It's not pitch black. We can all see. We are all there existing. Another thing that people are saying is oh my god, why are you mad at her for having security? I'm not mad at her for having security. I thought the way she used her security was obnoxious and was entitled, because it is. I have been in the bathroom next to Stoss, Kylie's friends, and those girls, and they all have security, and they fucking wait in the line and are polite and kind. They don't think that they're above everyone and can push past everyone for whatever reason. Also saying, I'm sorry that was your experience, is a horrible apology. If this is a true comment, just be I'm sorry, we had an emergency. I didn't mean it to come off like that. This is a very condescending reply. I'm pretty sure it's probably fake, or this girl is great at having drama and, like I said, commented and then deleted it to try to make it look like I'm creating some false narrative. I didn't tag her in the video. I also hadn't checked my phone since it's 10 p.m. I don't think I checked my phone since 4 o'clock. I went out, I went to dinner, I was with my friends, I wasn't checking my TikTok comments. People being really weird and parasocial in the comments and riding and dying for this girl are the reason that this girl probably needs security. So, yeah, but also people saying you don't understand because this not I do understand. I have also had death threats. I literally had a home invasion a few months ago. I also have had stalkers. I also have had People try to dox me, like all the things. And sure, maybe I should get a security guard, whatever. That's not the issue at all. The issue is the fact that she is using her security guard to push past people and just have blatant disrespect for other people who are just as important as her, have the same past as her. And yeah, it's just stupid. I don't know. Like, it's just so ridiculous. Yeah. If you think that I deleted her comment, you're delusional and you're wrong. And if that comment is real, she's lying and has proven herself to be very obnoxious. So also, final thought is that my video has 200,000 views, which is a lot of views, but in the scheme of things, and if she allegedly commented this hours ago when it had less views, like, I don't know.
It's pretty much called common courtesy, but some people don't feel like because they're of a particular status that they don't need to follow the same rules when you should, because it's respectful is what I'm trying to say. I couldn't get it out.
This girl is so famous and has so many followers. I don't like millions of followers. I wouldn't think that she would need to address my measly little video with a couple 100,000 views. That's just my 2 cents. I think that the Love Island fans are probably being a little bit insane right now. And fun fact, I'm sure people will call me a liar, but I actually got approached to be on Love Island USA and said no. So, XOXO. So.
And as you guys can see, all of the content creators that posted these videos are listed so that you can go follow them if you like.
Coachella was actually the worst place you could be this weekend, and you should actually be happy you weren't invited, because from what I'm hearing from you guys, is that you guys are being sold fake tickets, being sold stolen tickets. Mind you, these people are getting it from directly the Coachella resale site. You have people like this working at the tickets who will literally refuse to give you back your government ID.
I would love that. Give me my ID back. What? Come on. Hi, tell everyone I say hi. We love it here. What? Come on. Hi, tell everyone I say hi. We love it here.
People's phones getting stolen, people's wallets getting stolen, people fainting because of the conditions, because apparently it's super dusty and I guess people didn't come with water or whatever. And of course, people are sleeping outside. Anyway, if you guys are having fun, let me know. But from what I'm seeing it, I'm so glad I did not go. But then again, I say this as a UK girlie, so let's be real, was I ever really going? Probably not.
Somebody made this video of all of the things that Olandria and activations and brands that wanted to collaborate with Olandria at, Coachella this weekend. And, I mean, look at this. This girl's literally got a brand with everyone, and well-deserved, by the way. And if you don't have a brand with Olandria, a brand deal, what the fuck are you doing? This girl's getting the bag and she deserves the bag.
Sorry, but as a black girl, the most impactful moment of the weekend was seeing Olandria be the star of the first ever Barbie activation for Coachella Weekend 1. It's the representation for me. I know if I was a little girl seeing this, I would be completely gagged. Seeing a black woman center staged as Barbie, not Christy, but Barbie, a moment like this honestly says a lot more than what we're all taking it. As a black girl who used to love playing with Barbies, this is something I'll never forget, and it's honestly something I hope our young black girls get to see a lot more of.
LA and my brand dropped me from Coachella. When I say drop me, I mean stone cold drop me. Like, they flew me out here and I'm currently staying at my friend's place because when I went to the Airbnb, the hostess was like, absolutely not. You're not allowed in here. And I'm like, what? And that is how I found out that my brand dropped me from my trip. You might be like, Koya, what are you talking about? There is so many influencers that are coming on this app and are lying about being dropped. But I'm going to show you guys the email that was sent to me. So initially, I was supposed to be in Coachella and I was going to film like one video for like the whole weekend, and they were also going to pay me $40,000. Anyways, when I got there, they told me that I obviously couldn't get in. So I sent the brand. I said, I am currently outside the Airbnb and the hostess is not letting me in. She says I'm not allowed, which was giving real segregation vibes. I'm not going to lie. Mix up because we've been in talks for literally 3 hours and I bought my own plane ticket and I'm already in LA. So I'm thinking, what's the Well, they emailed me back and they said, "Hi, Nicoya. That is true. We honestly got you confused with a group of other creators. We have a new person over our diversity and inclusion, and they thought you were Glorilla," which is crazy because even though
Now, how in the HELL do you assume that this girl, did y'all not look at her pictures or something? Like, ma'ams, sirs, whoever was controlling this, like what happened? Like I don't even understand that. Everybody know who Glorilla is. And then they said somebody else, which we're gonna get to. I'm sorry, y'all. That's crazy. And also, by the way, I noticed it says High Brand Name. Did they not actually put the name or was that the name of the brand? High Brand Name. I'm a little confused about that, guys. But anyways, getting back into this content.
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, I stopped talking like I was from Memphis, Tennessee in order to appeal to larger audiences. You had Memphis in your bio, but then we saw you put ATL, so we thought you were Pink Mango, which is even crazier because I stopped making like talking videos, so I don't even know where they got that impression from. But she's located in New York, which also didn't make any sense to me. But anyways, clearly not who we thought you were, so we'll no longer be going through with this partnership. Have fun in LA though. If you want a Coachella camping experience without the ticket, just go to Skid Row. It's so cute. 10 out of 10 recommend. And I've never been to Skitty, but I'm like, if people in LA are like natives and they're like, oh my goodness, it's so cute in Skitty, I would go to Skitty. But I don't want to be in Skitty when I'm supposed to be in Coach. Anyways, if a brand wants to give me a Coachella ticket right now at the last minute on the last 2 seconds that Coachella is going live, let me know. Let me know. Brands is open.
Starbucks invited me, a black creator, to Coachella, but unfortunately I had a 40-piece nugget from Chick-fil-A last week and I couldn't do 2 morally compromising things so close together. So I had to decline. I didn't give a fuck about Stardust getting a whole villa at Coachella for creators and have people come out and do partnerships and all their videos and stuff. I didn't care as much about that as I did about not seeing diversity still in 2026 at Coachella, where Justin Bieber, home so much of black community, Drewski and all them, and him being so tied to R&B. It's the culture that he's referencing been so influenced by Sabrina Carpenter, her GOAT being Beyonce, and Karol G, a Latino woman. I'm seeing most as the main people that these brands are bringing out, from Airbnb, guests, etc. All the Starbucks included, all the people's majority, like 95 to 98% of the people who are invited to these things are white creators. With the myriad of brands that are there, for some reason, when it comes to the casting roll call, the only times that dark-skinned people, black people, and people who exist beyond the binaries of society and beauty standards and norms are going to be celebrities, if that, or the highest of creators who can get their tickets and experiences paid for by the percentage that their management is going to get for one post for that weekend. If that makes sense, that makes sense. But anyways, that's what I was most upset about seeing. It wasn't about seeing wealthy creators getting gift baskets and bags of nice swag and all these different things and gifts that are so luxurious and amazing. It wasn't that, because if it was me, I wouldn't want y'all saying that. I wanted to be me. I wanted to be people who look like me. I wanted to be the dogs, the girls, the LGBT plus community, the black people in these communities, the Latinos, the non-white creators who are on here actively building community. Why wasn't Kyra Almunique there, who's one of the best videographers and creators that we have? Why wasn't she there with Adobe? Why wasn't she there? I think maybe she had some personal things, maybe I didn't see the content, maybe she was there. I don't know, but why aren't these amazing or incredible black creators not there for just beyond a makeup brand? One of the main makeup brands that I saw do this trip great was Elf Cosmetics. Elf Cosmetics had everybody there. The black girls said, I didn't see no black beauty boys though, no shade. But the people who Elf invited and those things, love to see it. Mwah. Just kiss, y'all ate that up. The lip balms are tea too, hun. But like, girl, but CoverGirl does Coachella. Why didn't y'all got lip balms too, girl? Y'all could have had some of the boys out there. Get your cover thing going on. The cover boys take Coachella. Mix it up. Make it fun. Make it interesting. People invite a bunch of beauty boys out to Coachella and had them, give you a little reality show type tease, whatever. The beauty boys, Coachella cover boys. Cover boys at Coachella. Cover boys take Coachella. Had them do interviews, whatever. Revolve Fest, do something interesting. There's so many different ways to go about this and make this so interesting. That's what's most frustrating to me, because I mean, if you factor in how strict are you going to be? What's your line? If that's a cutoff for you, I completely understand that. And in ways, I think it's valid as well. The same people who still eating Chick-fil-A when we got conversion camps about to be allowed when it comes to Senate legislation or whatever. And this being right, it feels like we're fighting an uphill battle, but I won't be silent on it and like let my frustrations and feelings about this just continue to fester inside and in group chats. This is a conversation we need to have. Who's working on these teams reaching out to creators? Like, are y'all not even breaking it down and doing simple and having brackets to create? Like, all right, we got 20 slots. Let's get 10 to the white folks, 5 to this, 5, like at least that. It's like, okay, no, we're going to invite everybody who looks similar to each other, and definitely are not going to call out the fact that they're the only ones in a room with each other who look just like each other. They're not going to call it out because they're in the same company and out of sight, out of mind. So just to be safe and sure, we're going to invite a black person. Matter of fact, we're going to invite an influencer, and we're going to invite like a celebrity as well who's also an influencer. So that way we can get their numbers in the blackness as well. That's what we're going to do. That's what it gives. What's the fix of this? Starbucks did their big one. Dunkin' Donuts. Y'all got to collab with Sabrina Carpenter. Where's the Dunkin' Donuts house? It's some Sabrina drinks going. Y'all had to collab with Megan as well. We had Meg each other last year. Dunkin' Donuts. You got a couple days to get your house together, get you some fab, diverse creators. If aren't Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts like beefing on the low, girl, Dunkin', bring your baddest bitch out, meaning book a nice house get some diverse creators and people who are like, you know, and make it even more tea and fun and fab than what Starbucks got going on. Y'all see how the internet has reacted and been upset about people. If I was Dunkin' Donuts and someone on the team, I would have me a mansion booked out there in Coachella Valley and have a diverse and intentionally diverse and inclusive and fun, interesting cast of people or roster of people to go to Coachella for a weekend too, and just show up and show out and make it a key. And I think that's going to pull people and push people to go have Dunkin'. Y'all can have a breakfast in the morning, everything like that. And people vlogging it and tea and then getting content. Like, you know, I just think it'd be fab. Look, Dunkin' on you in Coachella. Dunkin' Donuts does Coachella. Dunkin' does Coachella. Dunkin' Coachella will Revolve Fest. Give out some coffee refreshers or hot chocolate or something like that at night when people be cold out there in the desert. Girl, I'm just giving y'all too many ideas. Let me know what y'all think about this and how y'all feel about everything with Coachella 2026. Let me know what y'all think about this. Love you. Bye.
Now, of course, that was before Coachella actually, came along and everything, and that was her thoughts on it. So, anyways, getting back into this content, guys.
A couple people have been talking about how there weren't a lot of Black creators this year at Coachella, and I'm here to give y'all my thoughts as to why that was. Number one, the obvious one. Look at what's happening socioeconomically. DEI is deprioritized and brands have deprioritized it as well. So a lot of your favorite brands have a lot of the same type of influencer walking around. Let me keep going. Did y'all see all the headliners? Everyone who performed a set at Coachella. There's not a lot of people that would go there for. Not a lot, actually. Not a lot at all. I know someone noted the reason why so many Black creators were there that one year was because Beyonce was there. So y'all see where this is coming from. Also, can I mention the sand? Your girl has locks. Sand plus hot sun that gives sweat plus locked hair? Oh no. I'm not doing a detox after I have to fly off of a deployment and get back home. My loctician would jump me. And don't even get me started on the prices. This isn't mutually exclusive to Black creators, but we need to re-emphasize them prices. This was so expensive. Like, unless you were invited by a brand and they paid for your travel, your accommodations, it is unrealistic to be attending Coachella without either going into some crazy ass debt, being on a crazy campsite that eventually got blown over by the wind, or staying at home. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not all brands. Like, I know Barbie and Method have Black creators in their programming, but it is unfortunate and also unsurprising that we're seeing a lack of Black creators, especially this year.
How much does it cost for two people to go to Coachella? Let's break it down. I'm going to start this off by saying that this is what I was comfortable paying, and everyone's situation is absolutely going to be different. I kind of like to break this down into a few tiers. So the first tier is things you absolutely cannot live without, and one is going to be a ticket into the festival. That right there at its lowest is going to cost around $1,100, $550 per ticket. Next, you need somewhere to stay, and your cheapest option is going to be car camping, which comes out to about $180 total. I mean, come on, that comes out to $45 a night. You can't beat that. And then lastly, you are going to need a way to get there. Now, for some people, this might mean airplane. Fortunately for us, it's just driving there. And I would roughly estimate that we spend anywhere between $30 and $40 on gas to get down to Indio, California. So far, our estimate for tier one, things that are absolutely non-negotiables, comes out to $1,320 for two people. Now, this next tier is really going to vary by situation. It's going to depend a lot on things you already own. So these are still things that you absolutely need, especially if car camping, but might not mean that you have to necessarily buy them because you might already have it. So for the category of supplies, I'm going to count everything you see in this video here. It's things from Amazon, Walmart, Target, Trader Joe's, CVS, also including our food that we brought. That totaled out to $842. Next in this tier would also be in festival purchases. So this is anything from alcohol to food to even buying merch. And in this category, I'm counting things we bought at the grocery store during the weekend. So this category comes out to $544. And that's because Coachella is really like vacation to us. So you know what? Buy that Dubai ice cream bar. So now with tier one of necessities and tier two of varies by situation, total so far is $2,706 for two people. Which now leads us to tier three, which are things that you absolutely do not have to do at all, but people choose to anyways. And you've guessed it, that means clothes. Coachella is obviously known as a very high fashion forward type music festival, but it is by no means necessary. Now don't get me wrong, I love using this time to really push my boundary of fashion. I usually do not get this wild and crazy on the normal, but this is kind of like the time to wear the thing I've always wanted to wear. So it is 100% not required, but definitely something really fun to do. So for us, the amount we spent in the clothes category was $595. And then the last category within this would be nails. We don't get our nails done very often, but we did splurge for this and we each got $100 nails, so $200 total. So putting together those three categories of necessities varies by situation and absolutely optional. Our total comes out to $3,500 total or $1,750 per person.
Coachella is not a music festival or whatever the hell else y'all think it is. It's a contest for females to see which one can wear the least amount of clothing. And if that hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. Go cry about it, but it's the truth. I mean, you have women out there wearing basically nothing out there saying, oh, we're going for a concert. Oh, we're going to hang out with our friends. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. No, you just want to go out there and look like a whore. That's what it is. That's basically what Coachella is. You're going out there to look like a whore in front of all your friends. You're trying to look like that, look like this. Nobody cares about you or what you look like. And the best part of all the videos that I keep seeing come out of Coachella is when they're with their boyfriend or their husband. How, as a man, would you allow your woman to go out looking like that? Some of these videos that I have seen is insane. Like, you're telling me you're going to let your wife or your girlfriend go out there and dress like that? Go out there and wear the least amount of clothing as possible. And then if you're a single man, you go out there and you see a single woman, why would you want to date a woman there who is wearing basically nothing? Where is the clothing? Have some integrity.
No, guys, I have to go. I'm sorry, I had to walk away for a second. I'm trying to wash clothes and dry and everything. Not y'all anyway. But that video right there, that was like, it was crazy because he's like, "Oh, y'all just come here to da da da." Da." I mean, I guess it's controversial, you know. I do not judge. Let me say that first and most of all, because what I'm going to say. But I do not feel, me personally as a woman, to run around half naked. I was raised that even around your own father, you should have decent clothes on. And my father was raised in a time era where it didn't matter if it was your daughters or whoever, you could still be raped. You know what I mean? Or other things, touchy, feely, you know. Still something that shouldn't happen with your own fathers or brothers or uncles or whomever, anyone. But I think the idea is when we dress like that provocatively, men just assume that we're free to be like, oh, you can do whatever to us when that's not the case. We as women should be able to dress the way that we want to and not feel judged or feel like we're what's the word I'm looking for without being free in a sense. You know what I mean? We should be able to dress and not feel like other people like, oh, she's just, fast and things like that. Because some of us maybe they are, and then some of us maybe not so much. But the thing is, again, that's his own personal opinion. I kind of feel like maybe he just wasn't getting no play with none of the girls, and that's why he probably say, oh, But we going too far. I'm going too far. Let's get back into this content, guys. There is no volume with this because I was just giving you an idea of what he was talking about, okay? Cute. They were cute. They were cute. But yeah, they was just like at that point, me personally, I might as well just might be just nothing on, But again, that's me. I just would not dress this way. But that's again me.
Let me kick up some dirt real quick. Oh, wait, let me get you.
Are all the disasters that have happened at Coachella so far. First of all, getting in was a nightmare, but besides that, the sleeping area was so windy that people's tents and canopies were flying across the parking lot, scratching and destroying cars, and even one person had a tree fall on their tent. And if you look at these angles here, sharp branches entered the tent. Luckily, nobody was seriously injured. They canceled Anima's set because the wind was so strong and they thought it would be dangerous for viewers. I don't know if they thought the stage could collapse but it's better to be safe than sorry. Besides the dangerous wind, the prices just to get in are so expensive, ranging up to $3,000 that people are just
Ain't no way.
sneaking in now. Not only that, they're charging $100 for a few chicken nuggets, almost $90 for storage. They are really taking
Sounds
everyone
like
to the
rent
cleaners
payment.
this year. But not only that, there's reports of Airbnbs canceling people's Airbnb stay days before they arrived and then relisting them for twice to 3 times the amount. But good luck to all of you brave souls out there at Coachella, and I hope you're having a great time.
Reasons on why I would never go to Coachella. First off, I'm broke. 0.01 cent in my bank account. So why would I spend $9,000 freaking dollars to go to a concert in the hot sun? Sahara, it's for the experience. Yeah, of living like a homeless person. What? People spend thousands of dollars just to live in a tent. What? No. Sorry, but I don't love any artist enough to do that. Like, none. I'm
She ain't
sorry.
never
No,
lied.
that's not for me. Next reason is because the food is overpriced. Why did I watch a video? This dude bought 2 pieces of pizza for guess what? Guess what?
Nope.
$99. What are we talking about? Isn't Coachella like the start of like trying to do something cheap for other people? Oh, you're saying I gotta spend like $9,000, $1,000 on the ticket, then I gotta pay thousands of dollars for an Airbnb, whatever it's called, and then I gotta pay a bunch of money for food and water? Next reason is because everybody's nasty. What do you mean I have to dance around smelly people who have to shower in a freaking tent? Absolutely not! I would only like do that? No, I would not. What am I talking about? Next reason is because not all the artists I like. I'm sorry. So why would I spend thousands of dollars on tickets on artists that I don't like? Like, imagine going to Coachella and you only like one artist. Nah. And the last reason is because people are gonna make fun of my outfit. Bruh, I dress like a homeless person 24/7. You think I'm gonna change it for Coachella? You're crazy. I do not want to see people who are online making fun of my outfit. No, I'm good. I'm good. And the only way I would go is if a brand literally like paid for everything except maybe the food.
Facts.
Those are reasons I would not go to Coachella. And thank y'all so much for 56,000 followers. Love y'all and have an amazing day. Bye. Mwah. Bye, bye, bye.
She ain't ever lied. There is no way. I mean, half these prices they talking about people paying is like car payments, there's phone payments, there's rent payments or mortgage or something. But like, are you serious? There is no freaking way. And I'm sorry, personally, even if I had that actual type of money to just be blowing away like that, I still wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. I just wouldn't.
How much I spent at Coachella weekend 1 as the poor side of Coachella girly. Okay, to start, the ticket was $5.99. Car camping was $75 because we split it between my mom and I. Next was gas. Again, my mom and I split that as well. So the first time we put gas, it was $26.85. And the second time we put gas, it was $56.83. On food, I spent $262.89. That included breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The first day I had a sandwich from the general store, teriyaki bowl, and a slice of spicy pie, which is pizza. I had 2 drinks, cucumber lime and lemonade. Day 1, I had a Starbucks sandwich and a strawberry sandwich and a lemonade. Day 2, I had watermelon, chipotle, and a Jersey Mike's sandwich. And I also bought ice that day. I also bought allergy medicine. And then day 3, I had a strawberry sandwich, tacos, and island noodles, which is like grilled teriyaki noodles. And I bought 2 waters at Coachella. And last, I took an Uber to Ulta, which was $13.21. In total, with tickets and everything included, it was $1,133.30. But we did do our tickets and car camping on a payment plan. So I'm not going to include the tickets, and I'm going to say I spent $359.30, which is very similar to what I spent last year. I feel like this year I actually splurged so much more. That's all, girls.
The true picture between the rich side of Coachella versus the poor side of Coachella. Starting off with the rich side of Coachella, you got people like Sophie Rain spending well over $200,000 to go to Coachella without even blinking an eye. Then you got influencers being invited to Coachella by many brands, staying in some really nice houses with all their expenses being paid for throughout the entire time they're there. And then finally, you have people like Kylie Jenner taking a private jet to Coachella, staying in the nicest house you probably have ever seen in your entire life. And of course, all of them get to stand front row for all the performances at Coachella, and then you got the poor side of Coachella, the people that were saving up money throughout the entire year, barely having enough to be able to go sleeping in like the smallest tents ever, while sweating 24/7, waiting in line for hours to take a shower. Sometimes not even being able to take a shower because the showers at Coachella close at 7. Then, of course, eating warm food, drinking warm drinks, and sometimes even sleeping on the floor near the stage to try to get the best seats in the house before everyone else. The experience, if you're rich going to Coachella versus the experience when you're poor, going to Coachella is truly night and day, that is for sure, and I'm really curious to know your thoughts about all of this.
Videos of the crowd throughout my time in the festival, like going to different stages. I'm gonna show y'all what it really looks like. This is Coachella. This is what it looks like. 40% of those people had to be skinwalkers. Something was off. Something was off. I was looking in people's eyes and the sparkle was gone. I'm kidding. But like, I honestly didn't feel real. Cause I was like, there's so many people. Like, I was just stepping out of my body and like, am I having fun? And y'all are probably like, well, why do you go then? Why do you go then? Because I love to fuck around with my friends and frolic and stuff. But bitch, it's no frolicking when it's a sea of people like that. Like, it's just, there's just none. To sum this video up, I think the thought of Coachella for me, and honestly, a lot of people that I've talked to, is better than the actual thing. Like, the preparation is even more fun. Like, getting all the outfits, shopping for the clothes, like, color coordinating this. Like, it's just like, and then you get there and it's like, okay, wait, I just walked so far that my ankles are giving rotator cuff McDonald's chicken nuggets. Fuck!
Coachella was literally one of the worst experiences of my entire life. I had never been before. This was my first time going, and it really is as bad as people say it is. And the worst part was actually the interaction with Chapel Roan. So, first of all, the people stink exactly like they say they do. Everyone there smells like horrible BO. The second thing is the people don't know what they're doing, the people that work there. You ask 3 different people for directions on where to go, and 3 different employees will tell you 3 different answers. Doesn't make any sense. So I was watching, as you can see right here, Children of Chandra, right? And they were performing, and then they brought Chapel Roan on stage. Well, the Jumbotron screen thing showed me, like they put the camera on me, like they wanted to bring me on stage. And so I went up anyway because I was like, whatever, right? Well, my little sister is a big fan of Chapel Roan. And so I was like, well, I'm going to ask her for an autograph, right? So I asked her for an autograph, and she goes, only if you remove your hijab. And I was like, but it's my faith. And then she aggressively ripped it off my head, and then she spit on it and then stomped on it on the ground. Then she had everybody boo me off stage and spit on me as I just left. So I left early, not going back. It was one of the worst experiences of my life.
Hello, Aqua de Kafir. It looks like you also had a house for Coachella where you hosted the Love Island USA contestants. We have TJ here giving us this lovely house tour, and it looks like y'all were eating good and partying hard. I know Iris, Kaylor, and Jeremiah was staying here, as well as a few others. And then Nick made an appearance there over the weekend as well. Looks pretty lit. Got the nice pool, and of course, you know, they loaded them down with goodies. And I do mean they got a whole trunk full of stuff. Good God. And I'm pretty sure I showed what the Barbie girlies got in a previous video, but here it is again. They got a bunch of cute pink boots, Crocs, custom Barbie merch, the Stanley in the back, and then you'll see the robes in a minute. I also want to address the people complaining about the influencers getting invited on these trips and getting all the free stuff. Y'all do realize that this is a work trip for them, right? Like, these brands are not just inviting these influencers and TV stars out of the kindness of their heart. Like, it's in exchange for content to help promote their brand, because the influencers bring in all the engagement and the followers. So it's more of a workcation instead of a vacation, but I wouldn't complain with the views looking like this. And then, of course, not all brands bought houses. Some of them just rented out hotel rooms. I really liked what Elf did. I thought their gifts added a nice little cute personal touch. I love the Squishmallows, and they also got them some comfy sneakers. To anybody that has Instax Mini, do you like it? Why or why not? And then, yeah, there are levels to getting invited to Coachella, because some people are just invited to the parties and that's it. Now, of course, there are people who get flued out. They get the free room, the free house, the free stuff. And then there are others that get all that, plus they actually get paid. So just because you see somebody going on these brand trips, that doesn't mean they got paid. You know what I'm saying? In addition to getting the free stuff and the free room and whatnot. Which brand would y'all want to go to Coachella with? Let me know down below. only a male musician would be able to get away with the stunt that Justin Bieber pulled last night during his Coachella set, y'all, it is receiving mixed reviews. Some people feel like his set was for his day one believer fans. It was intimate, it felt raw and real, whereas other people felt that it was a bit too dialed back and felt lazy. And I'm talking about low effort and low budget. I mean, you can just see the comparison to Sabrina Carpenter's set. She performed on Friday night and Justin performed last night. Sabrina Carpenter truly put on a show, you hear me? It was giving lights, camera, action. The production was there. The mic was on. She had so many costume changes. I could not keep up. On top of having cameos from Samuel L. Jackson and Will Ferrell. Like, she was literally on top of a fountain. I loved this bit. This was giving Vegas showgirl energy. And then you have Justin Bieber showing up in his hoodie and a MacBook to do a full YouTube karaoke sesh. And I mean, some people were saying that given all that he's been through with the issues with Scooter Braun, his label, his health issues, that he's earned the right to do whatever he wants. Given what he's been through, people really shouldn't expect him to do the most on stage like that. In fact, they should be happy Justin even showed up. And while I do understand what they mean, sorry not sorry, but a female musician, specifically a female headliner like Beyonce, could never. Like, if Beyonce would have pulled this shit at Coachella, people still would have been dragging her. If Ariana Grande would have came out there with no backup dancers, no glam, no stage production, just a laptop and her playing her old music videos, y'all would have ate her all the way up. And it's not even just the female pop stars. Even the female rappers have been expected to up their stage production as of late, whereas the male rappers, all they need is a smoke machine and 20 people on stage with them for some reason. The bar is unfortunately always higher for female performers, and it's so annoying. Also, I read that he is the highest paid Coachella headliner, I guess, as of now in history. Like, somebody said that he got paid $10 million to perform, and this is what y'all got? I mean, I guess you could argue that the YouTube bit was very fitting, considering, like, that's where he got discovered and whatnot. I'll say this, though. His set made for a nice viewing experience at home. Now, I don't know if it was worth running to get the barrier for it, though. And you know, some of those people are wearing diapers because they had to stand out there for like 10 plus hours until he came on. But let me know what y'all think, though, because I'm not a believer. All I know is that this was my favorite part of Justin's set when he brought out Tim's, because just look at him. I need a man to look at me the way Justin is looking at Tim's, because he was getting his entire life when she was on that stage, boy.
So apparently these people recorded Justin Bieber all alone with no friends at Coachella and possibly on, you know what, check this video out.
Hey, my man vibing though. Yo, whatever he is on, I want two of those things.
Looks like Nicki Minaj is still keeping an eye out for Selena because she is now showing love to Justin Bieber following his Coachella set where he did perform Beauty and the Beat. Following Justin's Coachella set, Beauty and the Beat was his highest streamed song, coming in with 2.8 million streams, jumping 68 spots to number 18 on the global Spotify chart. And with those stats being insane on their own, this just made Nicki Minaj the highest charting female rapper on global Spotify and Apple Music. Nicki Minaj began to show love to Justin, as you can see, and tweeted Justin, the intro to Beauty and the Beat. She also ended up posting one of her Chucky memes responding to the Beauty and the Beat stats as well. I do wish that Justin would have played the entire Beauty and the Beat song during his Coachella set, but he was not performing the entirety of any of his hits. I mean, he even skipped Jaden's verse and he was in the crowd. But the Coachella crowd was screaming Nicki Minaj's name in intro during his performance, so honestly at this point he should have just brought her out, because a lot of people were saying that they were waiting for her to walk out. Justin, you do got a second weekend at Coachella. Maybe we can make something shake. I love that years later they still have love for each other.
Okay, guys, so obviously that is the end of the video. Tell me what you guys think about what we just was looking at. I don't know. Like I said, there's no way I would have been paying the prices that most of these people were paying. That was just crazy in general. Like, there's just no freaking way that I would have been paying those prices. That is entirely too much money when y'all could have been putting money anywhere else. Like I said, car payments, house payments. I mean, it's crazy. But I mean, it is what it is. But again, guys, please make sure to like this video. Please make sure to sorry, my cat's going crazy right now. Please make sure to subscribe again if you enjoyed this type of content. And I would stay a little longer and chit chat because I love to chit chat. But I'm going to get off here. My cat is going crazy. So again, thank you guys for watching the content. Please leave me some comments. And if you don't want to leave a comment, that's perfectly fine. Just leave me a butterfly so that I know you guys were actually here. Thanks, guys. Bye.